My friend sent me this picture the other day and asked me what's wrong with my makeup. Like, I can never feel that it sits properly on my face. She has oily skin and told me she feels like the makeup doesn't hold and melt off her face. So I asked her, what do you put before your makeup? And she told me she does her whole morning skincare routine and then put on makeup. And I told her, okay, that's the first thing that you have to change. By the way, she actually told me to use her picture for this video, so that's why. Also, I don't have oily skin, so it was obviously better for demonstration. But I used to have oily skin, not oily skin, but combination skin. My T-zone was oily, my sides were dry, but my T-zone was oily. And after taking Accutane, now my entire face is dry. I wouldn't say extremely dry, but it's more like normal to dry. So yeah, my skin type changed. But with this, I want to say that I do know how it feels to have oily skin, you know? So anyways, let me show you what to do instead of doing your whole skincare routine before your makeup, what you should be doing skin prep wise, but also a few more tips on how to get the perfect base for oily skin. Of course, skin prep is the most important thing, right? But in this case, it's not about layering hydrating products and put a ton of hydrating serums and then moisturizer and then sunscreen. No, here what you need is a minimal skin prep. You still need to hydrate, but you don't need a lot of product. You can actually do several things here. This will depend on your needs and if you are super oily or not that oily, you'll see. I'll let you know what you can do and then you can decide, obviously. First thing you can do is when you wake up and if you feel like your skin is very oily and produce a lot of oil throughout the night, you can wash your face, put on a moisturizer, just a moisturizer, and then sunscreen. And that's it. But you can also skip the wash. If you don't feel like you have too many oils, you don't have to cleanse your skin in the morning. Trust me, you don't need to. If you feel like your skin is okay, you can skip the moisturizer and go directly with an SPF. Most SPFs, they are hydrating enough for an oily skin. They have those moisturizing properties that a moisturizer will have. So you can skip the moisturizer if you want, if you feel like you can, and just go straight for the sunscreen. You can obviously do variation of these two options that I just gave you, like don't wash your face and put on a moisturizer and a sunscreen if you feel like you need to. You have those options, choose the one that you prefer. But the most important thing here is that you don't need a lot of product. You do not. Just think about hydrating and protecting your skin without putting too much product. Since you've probably done your full skincare routine the night before, so you just need the essentials in the morning. I personally don't wash my face in the mornings, but I have dry skin, so that does not apply to this video. After doing this, it's really important that you let those products sit and dry. Not dry, but sink into your skin. If you don't let the sunscreen sink into your skin before putting makeup on, chances are it's going to peel. And obviously no one likes that. So it's very easy to do the skin prep as soon as you wake up, or maybe before putting your clothes on, maybe before having breakfast, I don't know, depending on your morning routine, obviously. Think about doing it a little bit before you're actually gonna put your makeup on, so you let that sit for a little bit and then it won't cause any trouble. Okay, my second tip is to choose your foundation or skin tint wisely. Don't choose a super hydrating, dewy or glowy base. Like, that doesn't make sense if you are trying to avoid those oils from ruining your makeup. Go for a soft matte finish base that isn't too thick. My favorite choices are probably the Fenty Pro Filter foundation and my favorite ever skin tint, the Ease Drop, both in the liquid version and where do I have the other? Yes, and in the stick form. These are essentially the same, but just they have different formats. These three options have a soft matte finish, and this one specifically, the foundation, the Pro Filter foundation, is going to help you control those oils throughout the day. Fun fact, this is what I actually told my friend when she asked me for recommendations, and I told her that Rihanna, obviously the founder of Fenty, has oily skin. Do not ask me why I know this, like I'm a beauty freak, so I also know these random things, but Rihanna has oily skin and she actually developed this one. This is her first foundation because she needed something that will last her for the day. She doesn't do contours anymore, but if she did, obviously this will be the one that she would use because this actually helps control those oils. I feel like that tells you a lot about how the foundation is going to perform. So yeah, those are my favorite picks for this, and this one is actually my go-to. As you can see, is literally done. It's literally done. I have dry skin, but depending on what I use underneath, I can go for this and it looks absolutely fantastic. It is super blurring, like you can actually see that. I'm obviously going to use something more hydrating, but I can still use this and it looks phenomenal, honestly. You can actually see how blurring this is. Like, it is so beautiful and it's non-drying, but it will help you control those oils if you prep the skin correctly, obviously. I realized I haven't talked about what to use specifically for skin prep. I do feel like that's very personal and it could be a whole entire video on its own. Just in general, I would recommend to use something that works for you, something lightweight, that is not too greasy, something like a gel kind of moisturizer or sunscreen, depending on what you're going to use. Use a sunscreen, please. Use a sunscreen. But yeah, don't be afraid of powders. Powders are your best friend. Even if you will like a dewy finish at the end, you still need to set your face properly. If you have oils, it's a must. You don't have to be scared. I'm gonna show you how you need to apply those powders so they don't feel cakey, but they are securing your makeup. Obviously do your creams before doing any powder, if you choose to do creams, of course. That is rude. This one as well. Can you tell I'm on my period? I don't know if you can hear that. That's my cat. He's crying because I have my door shut. Come, baby. Hi. Come, baby. Hi, baby. Say hello. That's my cat. His name is Tequila, just so you know. You need a two-step powder routine. First with a brush and your loose powder. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll be surprised that I'm not using my usual Huda Beauty. This powder from YSL, it's, I don't want to say better, but it's, it's so good. It's literally, I haven't found one so similar to the Huda Beauty one. Tequila, now he's crying because he wants to get out. Oh my gosh. Anyways, you need your loose powder and a fluffy brush. You're gonna grab a little bit and you're going to set everywhere you want to set with a thin layer of powder. Make sure the powder is evenly distributed on the brush. You don't want to put this on your skin, okay? So tap it in. If you do set your whole face, like, I'm not one to tell you what to do. Once you have this, you're going to do a little bit of baking. Yeah, and yes, baking. I know baking is very 2016, blah, blah. Baking is an actual technique that you can use if you need to. Surprise! Now you're gonna use a beauty blender for this. And you're gonna grab a decent amount of the same powder that you just used, loose powder, and put it on the same areas that you just set. You don't have to put a ton, just enough. Something like that, okay? Now let it sit for a few minutes. The oilier your skin is, the longer you should leave it. But I would say maybe like 5-10 minutes, nothing crazy. But obviously you will know how it works for you, so I'll let you decide. In the meantime, just do other steps of your makeup routine. You can do your eyes, you can do your brows, you can even do your lips if you want to. So we're not wasting time, we're just optimizing our time. Now to remove this, we're not going to like swipe it away with the fluffy brush that you used, or I'm actually gonna give you an extra tip in just a second. We're going to press this powder onto the skin, okay? Just press it and see how it disappears. But this way is going to be even more effective than swiping it away. But for the under eye area, you can actually use this, no problem. But if you want to do a little extra thing, you can even use your blush brush, powder blush brush, oh my god, with the leftover brush, with the leftover blush that you have in it. Use it to remove this powder, and this way you're gonna have a smoother transition with your blush. Obviously, make sure that your powder blush is not super pigmented, okay? You want the tiniest amount. Do the same thing and press it in. And you see how the transition between the powder and the blush is just like one. There's no cuts in there. Now you can obviously finish with a little bit more powder blush. And this, my friend, is how you set properly. You can see how smooth that is. Obviously, this for me personally, is going to be a little bit too drying. But if I have oily skin, this is going to help control those oils. Now, my last important tip is that you set your face with a setting spray. This is going to be quite important. Like, this is going to help that makeup to wear a lot better and hold a lot better. My favorites, the one that are going to hold your makeup for literally like the next day, are these two. I've talked about this on other videos, but I have a new addition as well that I think is really fitting for this specific skin type and makeup. This one is from Fenty. Absolutely gorgeous, amazing, love this. This one holds my makeup. Same with this one. This one looks more like a hairspray for the face. This one's from L'Oreal. Really affordable. If you're looking for something affordable, this is the one to go. Really amazing as well. They literally perform the same. This one just feels a little bit more, you can actually feel it a little bit more on your face. This one not that much, but haven't tried this one yet because it's really new. But the new Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting spray is supposed to be blurring and good for oily skin because it's gonna help control those oils. I think this would be a really good option for oily skin. I'm actually gonna try it right now. I don't really like how it sprays. It's very like, it's not a fine mist. Hey, but it is actually drying quite blurring and matte, and it's maintaining that powder finish. If they were to fix that spray, this would be absolutely amazing. They have a mini version of this that you can buy as well, so maybe you can try with that one. It has set so nicely. It didn't give me any glow on the areas that are set, like here. Obviously I didn't set this, so don't mind that. But yeah, it is looking blurry. It is looking so good. Oh my god. If you want your makeup to actually look dewy and you cannot use a dewy foundation because otherwise it's gonna melt, now is the time for you to achieve that dewiness. You can use two methods, or I would use two different methods. First, I would go for like I would either go with like a little bit of liquid highlighter, something like this, or cream highlighter, or like a glow, maybe like balm from, like this balm from Fenty. It's more like just a balm, like literal glow. This was more like highlighter. You can use whatever you want. A damp beauty blender. This one's dry, okay? So do as I say, please. With a damp beauty blender, grab a little bit of that highlighter, tap it in on your cheeks. You're maintaining that longevity of your makeup while still having that dewiness. And this is one of the methods. The other one would be having your cream powder. your cream your cream powder, your cream blush. Just apply it on your hand, back of your hand, whatever. Again, with a damp beauty blender. Actually, this is working well with a dry beauty blender. You can go in with a dry, well, just be gentle, okay? Just be gentle. Do the same thing. Just grab your blush. That creaminess of the blush is going to give you a really nice glow as well. You can even pop on a little bit more blush as well at the same time, obviously. So if you are in need of more blush, do this technique. If you think you have enough blush, go for this method. So yeah, either way, you can achieve a dewy look and have a set makeup. So yeah, I hope all these tips were helpful and that you actually learned something. Just remember that everyone's skin is so unique and maybe not everything works for everyone. So just, this is trial and error, okay? So don't be hard on yourself if this doesn't work for you at the first try. As always, all the products that I mentioned will be linked down in the description below. If you have any other specific concerns or questions, just drop me a comment and I will try to help you as best as I can. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe so I know that you want more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.